going house to house with my group. I had my clientele as well. So I was going to their homes, talking to them, but they were very materialistic people. And I was one of them, of course. But then I could really see them now from it's an overview you can take now when you are in bhakti, when you're in spiritual life, it's different with you. When you go and meet materialistic people, then you realize that what they look into it is like a few years back, you were also like them. We were one of them. So now I could really talk to them and really dig out their queries, which were lying, they were dormant in their hearts. So I started that, and then I just reported to Guru Maharaj. The first book distribution I did was 350 Bhagavad-gītās. So when I told Guru Maharaj, he said, "You can do thousands, just not hundreds. You can do thousands." And I didn't have faith in those words then, but then later on, when he kept on increasing my target, I could see I could do it. And it is actually your surrender to your spiritual master. The first thing, that's why I'm coming up to is because I wanted to give you the background. So because unless you are surrendered to the spiritual master and surrender to the instructions, surrender is one thing we say, oh, I'm surrendered to my spiritual master. I do what he says. But the only thing he says is the most important thing is that one must do book distribution. That's Prabhupada's instruction to all of us. And no spiritual master in ISKCON does go against that. Everybody encourages that. And Guru Maharaj was fully fired up. And he was, as you all know, he was fully fired up for book distribution. And he encouraged that. And I simply started loving it, just following his instructions. That was my aim. My aim was not to be a book distributor, a big book distributor, or to get those goals. He just said, simply double it, double it. And I did 350 the first year, then I started just with thousands, what he said. The next year came like 6,000, then 12,000, one-to-one, going and meeting people and doing it. And then he told me one day, be an international preacher. I want you to travel all over the world and preach. And then I wanted to fulfill that desire of his. And I started going out and preaching internationally. And then my first trip was to Australia, 2007. When I was in his room, I was just leaving for Australia, taking his darshan, taking his blessings. And there was a call from Pakistan. And then the devotees were calling. And those devotees, they knew me as well, because my husband and I, myself, we had done some little bit of service. We had got the deities for Quetta and Baluchistan. And they had been taken by them very safely to Quetta. Now they wanted to install them. They were inviting Guru Maharaj to come over. And I was in the room at that time, me and my Prabhuji. We were taking his darshan because I was leaving for airport at that time. And then Guru Maharaj simply said, while talking on the phone to them, he said, I can't come. I'll send Radhika Kripa. And I thought it was just similar. It's a joke, it's just cracking a joke like that, because it's not possible. It was May. I was going to Australia, coming back in the end of May, and 6th of June, they were installing deities. How can I go in 5 days when I come back and get a visa for Pakistan? And it's not something visa on arrival. It's not like that with India. And how will even if I have some contacts, like if I one of the devotee becomes my cousin, even if he sends me the letter and everything, invitation letter, that he wants his sister to come. But then also the process takes nearly months. And he asked my husband also that time, Rasapriya, is it okay if I send her? Then my Prabhuji said, it's absolutely fine, Guru Maharaj. Wherever you want to send her, you can send her. And then I went to Australia. I came back, and I won't go into details, but I got the visa for Pakistan. Within 5 days, after coming back, on the 4th of June, I left for Pakistan. And I was there. And I had reached there. And I installed the deities, helped them in installing deities. I gave the lecture, which Giriraj Maharaj was giving from America, on the phone. There was there was Skype at that time, but I think so that was not operational there. So on the mobile phone, he gave a lecture. It was 2007. And I translated it in Urdu, like Hindi, Urdu is same. So I was speaking to the crowds there. And I installed the deities. So like this, I just simply followed what my Guru Maharaj said. It is the first mantra that is for, if you really want to be a good book distributor, if you really want to be a good devotee, simply follow the instructions of the spiritual master. If you're not initiated, follow simply what Prabhupada has said. Go to the quotes of Prabhupada, read his books, go into the lines, behind the lines, you will get all the answers. And then you will be a successful devotee. Just follow what he says. I was simply following, me and my husband, we simply followed all these 26 years what spiritual master said. I was fortunate that I could take direct instructions from him because I really both of us wanted to serve him day and night. We left our businesses. I don't recommend that to anyone, but we did it. We had two kids also at that time, very young. My son was 10-year-old and daughter 14-year-old. But we stopped the active business. We went into passive, like just not going for active business, because for me it was, if I go into active business, how will I listen? How will I follow the instructions? If Guru Maharaj is there around, how will I go for his lectures? How will I be there in Vrindavan at times when he's there? How will I travel internationally if I'll do my own business? If I have my own, these things will be a hindrance to bhakti. And my following his instructions. So I readily gave up my career. And my husband also, he didn't want to do business anymore. He wanted to serve Guru Maharaj. And Guru Maharaj gave him the first assignment to make the temple of Bahadurgarh, that is Delhi, near Delhi. He made that. He's made 7 temples till now, 6 to 7. He's working on 2 more projects. And they are all are done very artistically, very beautifully. And he's the one man who does all the architecture. He approves all the interiors, everything he does from every nook and corner of the temple is designed by him. So you go to Rohini, it's a huge palace, 2 lakh square feet. So 200,000 square feet it is. But then our only one mantra is following the instructions of Guru Maharaj. And then came the lockdown, Corona lockdown. As Prabhuji said, that I do online. Then came the Corona lockdown. I was going around the world. I had just come. I do half the globe every year I was doing. And then in 2020, I was just back from Abu Dhabi and London itself. I was in London at that time, and the lockdown had just begun. February end, I came back. And 22nd March was the first lockdown came up. And now I I knew I would not be able to travel. So what to do now? And I was really wanted to serve my Guru Maharaj, and I wanted to please him. That's my goal of life. Always it has been to please him. Just to see a divine smile on his face. When I tell him, I report to him and he just smiles. That's what I really looked for in my life. Just that smile. And then when I came back, my Prabhuji actually, he encouraged me a lot at that time. Because I used to go online preaching, I used to do. But then I was only live when I was abroad, or I was traveling, or I was giving any program in a temple or any program in some place. But I never was online just speaking into the screen. I was never on live like that. So now my husband, he encouraged me. He said, you must go live. I said, I have a YouTube channel, but I have never used it like speaking into the screen. I don't know who's listening there, who are there. So he encouraged me. He said, okay, but you must do it. Because we could see people were very scared. People were very, very much at that time in fear, living in fear that what is going to happen to them? They are going to die. So we have been taught throughout when we became a devotee that how one should die. One should not be afraid of death. Devotees are not afraid of death. They welcome death. And then my husband said, and then I took my laptop up on the terrace, I remember, and I just spoke. I opened my Facebook channel and my YouTube. I went live on both of them, looking into the camera, just that like. And I actually offered others, those who were watching, to come over and ask me questions. And that's what happened. I could see hundreds of people joining me in the morning. It was like 600, 700. Because they all wanted answers to their queries, their worries. And I started just giving them what Prabhupada has given us, what Guru Maharaj has given us. So I just spoke that to them, but I was very consistent. Now they wanted me to come every day. And I was giving every day 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening. And likewise, that's why I'm telling you this background, because sometimes I tell people that online preaching you go and they just think, oh, going for 15, 20 minutes a week on the Zoom or 1 hour on the Zoom just once a week, that won't do. You have to give yourself. You have to give fully, you have to be fully committed to it. If you're not committed, how will you be a success in life, in spiritual life as well? But for me, it was only, one smile for my Guru Maharaj. That was one smile on his face. That was the prize I wanted. That's all. I was not looking for, because he was also bringing humility to me. I once remember I was giving a lecture, and that day I had views, like 65,000 views on my Facebook page. It came, I was live on the Bhagavad-gītā page. And I used to report to Guru Maharaj like a child. Every day, like in the evening by 9 o'clock, I would call him up and I would tell him. And he would ask me, how was your lectures? How were they? What topics you took? And then, like, he had so much of other things to do in ISKCON. He had so many duties. But then he would listen so nicely to me what I had to say. And like me, there must be hundreds and thousands who would approach him and talk to him. He was so available to everyone. And when I once said I had 65,000 views, he just from the other end, the voice came, you want to be a celebrity or a devotee? I said, I want to be a devotee, never a celebrity. And that day, I knew I should never look for the views. I should always be committed to be a devotee, to become a nice devotee. And that's what Guru Maharaj taught me. That day he gave me this message. And that's what I took this in my life, that I have to simply serve. Devotee means devotional service. Devotee means serving your spiritual master, serving the instructions of the spiritual master, serving the Guru Parampara. So likewise, I say, first mantra is that you become committed, you become very sincere in your dealings, you become very honest in your dealings, and very honest in your every seva, what you do, the service, what we take up. So this is how it began, and how it was then. The August month came, 2020 August came, and Guru Maharaj gave me a target. He spoke me, he called me up, and he said, because I was reporting him everything, that I have a big group now, many WhatsApp groups, and around about 1500 to 2000 new people who had joined in and were chanting now. So he said, I want you to do book distribution now and do the Bhagavatam marathon, the Bhadra Purnima marathon. That was the first time in my life I had heard of this Bhadra Purnima marathon. And that's what Guru Maharaj gave me the target. And he said, your target is 1,000 Bhagavatam sets. And I simply said, Guru Maharaj, I've never done one single Bhagavatam till now. I've just done Bhagavad-gītās. And 1,000 Bhagavatam sets, it's a lifetime target you have given me. It'll take whole life to accomplish that. He just kept quiet. No voice came from the other end. And he simply said, I'll just ask the Mohan Rupa Prabhu, the president for Sri Sri Radha Parthasarthi Temple, Delhi. He said, I'll just ask him to send you the link and you start your marathon now. And it was a very heavy voice. And I got the link. Within few minutes, Mohan Rupa Prabhu called me. He said, your link is ready, Mataji. We are sending you. You post it in your groups and start your marathon right now. And I did that. I did what I was told to do. And I put the link in my groups. And I asked them that we are going on for a marathon now. And I had already, second thing is that when we do book distribution, and fortunately enough, I was doing so many programs with them every day, like 3 to 4 hours every day. I was connected to them on Zoom. And after that, I would talk to them. They were free to call me up. And for hours and hours, I would listen to them. many would call me up. They will talk about their family problems. They will discuss their children's problems, their spouse's problems. And I was listening very patiently. I had learned this from Guru Maharaj because he listened to us very patiently. So I thought I also have to actually listen to them very patiently. And I listened to each one of them very patiently. They wanted solutions to their problems. They wanted to just talk to me and they wanted to give their heart out. And I was listening to each one of them. Some of them have left now, but many are still here with me. And they have really become so firm in their bhakti. And that is how the group actually, you can maintain that group if you give your time and your energy to them. First, you take the sadhana very strongly, and then you pass on that strength to them as well. So I'm telling you all this in steps so that you may easily understand how actually bhakti goes. So I was fortunately enough, I was doing classes with them already when we started the marathon, because I had gone over to the Bhagavatam, glories of Bhagavatam as well. What Prabhupada has, there is a very nice lecture of Prabhupada where he talks about the glories of Bhagavatam. So I just narrated that same lecture to everyone, and I had already done before, prior to the marathon. And it was Krishna's plan, maybe. That is why it happened so. So as soon as I put the link in the groups, immediately within few minutes, 40 Bhagavatam sets were done. And within a week, more than 100 were done. And that year we did 450 Bhagavatam sets, 2020. And now Guru Maharaj said, when everybody was glorifying me in the temple, and Guru Maharaj was giving a lecture, and somebody like Mohan Rupa Prabhu, he took the mic and he said, oh, Mataji has done 450 Bhagavatam sets, and everybody was clapping and saying Hari Bol. And Guru Maharaj very firmly says again, but her target was 1000 Bhagavatam sets. She has not done that. So it meant there is no need to glorify her. So I took it. I said, yes, my target is 1000. So the next year came, we did again better, and then better we were doing. But we were not able to do 1000. Maybe I just did not, Guru Maharaj had the faith in me that I would do, but I did not have faith in myself. I thought this can't be done. It's impossible. And we were just happy with doing 550, 565, 626 we reached. And then 2024, Guru Maharaj was not with us then. And the marathon came. And still I was very disheartened, but we did the marathon. We wanted to please him. We wanted to do better than the previous years. And we touched 800. We touched 800 in 2024, 800 Bhagavatam sets with 25,000 Bhagavad-gītās in the Bhagavad-gītā marathon. And this year, now I thought, oh, if we can do 800, Guru Maharaj always said 1000. So we can easily do 1000. If 800 can be done, so why not 1000? And so this year, 2025, I asked my group, we sat together, we did many Zoom meetings. We all sat together, though many of them I may tell you now, my peaceful devotional family, that group is actually, they were all very neophytes, new people. They didn't know much about ISKCON earlier. But when they met me, I taught them how to chant, how to do bhakti, how to do artis, how to do everything. So, and I do every day a morning chanting session with them. It's been now officially 634 days. We started earlier, but we started keeping account. When we started keeping account, it's been now 1634 days, every day in the morning, coming at 5 a.m. with them and being with them for 2 hours, 1.5 hours to 2 hours every day. And they all chant 8 rounds every day with me on the screen with here I can see many black boxes, cameras not on. But my Zoom session, I'm very strict. I don't let anybody do like this. All the cameras have to be on. Otherwise, they are all moved into the waiting room. I don't let them be here. They can go to the YouTube, but not on the Zoom. Because on the Zoom, we want interaction. So, yeah, I can read it here now because that's my rule. Some of them complained to Guru Maharaj. They went to Guru Maharaj and said, she is very strict, Maharaj, with her Zoom session. She does not let us be there with camera off. And Guru Maharaj said, be soft to them. I said, no way, Guru Maharaj. I want them to be there with their cameras on. They can go to YouTube, but I don't know here we are on the YouTube or not. But with me, it is like that. So everybody with their cameras on, they are there in the morning with my chanting, on my chanting session. We have Guru Vastakam, we have Tulsi Aarti, and it's all over the world. People are there with me. It's not only Delhi or India, from all over the world, they join me. So this way, this is the family. I gave time to them. In the evening, we have again a session, half an hour Bhagavad-gītā class I give. And after that, some Zoom sessions we have. Study of Chaitanya Charitamrita, study of Bhagavad-gītā, study of Bhagavatam. We keep on happening. This keeps on happening. So this is how my routine is. And this is how everybody actually is with me. They know they have to be on their toes with me. They know they have to do, every day in the morning, we discuss a shloka from Prabhupada, from the Nectar of Instruction, or from Bhagavad-gītā, or from 10 offenses. And then we have more and other things as well coming up. We do lots of, you can just remove if somebody. So likewise, those who really want to do online preaching, they should have a particular curriculum with them. They should be very consistent in their programs, and also they should be very good in their own sadhana as well. The most important is the strength comes from your sadhana, because if your sadhana is good, your bhakti is very powerful. If you are totally surrendered to the Supreme Lord, that is, you are totally surrendered to Srila Prabhupada's words, and you are totally surrendered to your spiritual master's words. So then only you can be very strong in your bhakti. And likewise, Guru Maharaj gave me this, because the Guru's instructions come, when he gives you a target, he gives you the empowerment as well. So this year, when we started having the Zoom sessions, and many of them, I'm just telling you this history of my group, many of them are now initiated. We have around about 30 people who are initiated, and more than 14 people, they are Brahmin initiated now. In these 5 years being with me, they have come a long journey they have covered. And they have become Brahmin initiated as well. They are serving in their respective temples. They are doing the deity worship there. They are cooking bhoga there. They are giving other services also to the other temples. But the book distribution, they also do a little bit with their temples and a little bit with me as well. So likewise, it happens. And this year, we had meetings and we wanted to please our Guru Maharaj. We wanted to go across 1,000 and accomplish the target. And this year we did 1,108 Bhagavatam sets. 1,108 Bhagavatam sets we did. We distributed. We got the sponsorship. We did the distribution. And likewise, this is all because of Guru Maharaj had faith in me, but I was lacking the faith in myself that I can't do it. It's a big target. But he knew that we can do it. And that's how we did it this year. So we could please him. And likewise, my Prabhuji, when he makes the temples, he made Bahadurgarh, he made the Gurgaon. There are 2 temples in Gurgaon. He made the first one. And then he made the Faridabad temple. He made the Punjabi Bagh temple as well. And when he made the Bahadurgarh temple, Guru Maharaj said the Rohini temple should be much more beautiful than the Bahadurgarh. And then he made that. Now on the 5th, we are opening up a small temple in Gurgaon. Again, a second temple coming up in Gurgaon, which is again a very, very, very beautiful temple. And Rohini in the big temples is a masterpiece, and this is going to be a masterpiece, super masterpiece in the medium and small temples. Everybody from the world would come and see this temple. It's got lovely stained glass in it. It's got lots of things. I won't disclose to you. Let the opening be there. The videos will come out. They'll be floating on the Instagram and you will all watch it. So you see, this is how the book distribution goes on. And you have to read yourself first, the scriptures as well. You have to be well acquainted with what philosophy you're talking about, what you're giving to others. So you must study Bhagavatam. Go in the, actually Bhagavatam is very relishable. You really enjoy. I enjoy talking about from the scriptures. Because when I've written, as Prabhuji said, I've written the Vaishnava teachings in Sikhism. Then I came up with a book called Vaishnavism and Sikhism. So there are two different books. Vaishnava teachings in Sikhism talks about that how the about the Sikh scripture, the Granth Sahib, and the Bhagavatam, Bhagavad-gītā, and the Chaitanya Charitamrita, how there are things very common, how chanting is common, how the meaning of Vaheguru is the same as taking Krishna's name. So that all is there. In the Vaishnavism and Sikhism, I've spoken about, I've compiled about the, again, how Ekadashi is being mentioned in the Granth Sahib and what one should do on Ekadashi. That's mentioned there. So I've quoted that. And then I wrote a book, Guru the Spiritual Father. So there are again quotes on the Guru from the Granth Sahib and the Bhagavatam. So likewise, these books actually give me a lot of energy. These scriptures and reading the again and again, going through them, it gives us a lot of confidence that if two scriptures say the same thing, like I'm talking about the scriptures from the Sikhs and the script Vedic, because that's also Vedic scriptures. Gurbani clearly says that the Ved Kateb Kaho Majjuta. So Vedas are not, they are speaking the truth. So one should follow them to go back to Godhead. The goal is, ultimate goal is going back to Godhead. So when you talk about two scriptures, your faith becomes more strong. And you know you're on the right track. So nobody can defy you then. You know you're on the absolutely right track. As I belong to a Sikh family, putting up a tilak and going into my family early days. Now everybody knows in my family. But early days, it was tough. Going everywhere, going with a tilak. And everybody would question you. And that why are you wearing a tilak? And I knew that my family, the Sikh family, they would, I have to answer them from the Guru Granth Sahib. They won't be pacified with the Bhagavad-gītā answer. So I used to quote from the Granth Sahib there. And when I used to be in the family of my Prabhuji, so even the Hindus would question you, why are you wearing a tilak? There is no need for this show off. And then I had to tell them from these scriptures. So for me, it was very important. And likewise, my faith was becoming more strong while answering to them. So that's why I say you got to need to know your scriptures. If you know your scriptures well, then nobody in the world can defy you. We are not arguing with anyone, but we just have our, our principles very strong. That what we are doing is absolutely bona fide. It's absolutely perfect what Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada has given us. And one thing more, every day during the lockdown, I had started in the afternoons, 15 minutes with Prabhupada. Prabhupada Leela Amrit is very important. So I used to read Prabhupada Leela Amrit with everyone. Today also, every day in the morning, when the session happens after chanting, we do 2 pages from Prabhupada Leela Amrit. We have finished once, now we are on the second round of Prabhupada Leela Amrit again. And I can tell you, when you read Prabhupada Leela Amrit, your strength comes from the struggles of Prabhupada. When you read Prabhupada Leela Amrit, you will know how Prabhupada struggled. Our struggle is nothing. We get discouraged when we go out on the road or we talk to someone for book distribution and somebody refuses us. We feel so insulted. Oh, I gave so much of energy, spoke to that person, and still that person did not take Bhagavad-gītā from me or the Bhagavatam. And we get disappointed. But then when you read Prabhupada Leela Amrit, you will see how Prabhupada did it. How he actually struggled so much. There was nobody his guru was not there before his eyes. Physically, he was not there. Still, he wanted to please his guru. And still he wanted to print back to Godhead. He goes back to these days we are reading this. He went back to Vrindavan from Delhi. Then he would travel every fortnightly from Vrindavan to Delhi. He didn't have money. He would walk down. He could not take a tonga. He had no money with it. And still, and his guru is not there. But he says, this is the instruction of my guru. I want to do it. So this motivates us so much. That's why I said reading is very important. Emotionally attachment, it is good you're emotionally attached, but then attachment with the words makes sense. Yes, these instructions, we have to get attached to the instructions and follow them. I don't know the track of time, it's there, 4:18. We should go for any question answers.
Sure, Mataji.
Yeah, because I can keep on talking for, I don't know how long.
We love to hear you more though, but
we should take,
we can have questions. Devotees, if you like to ask questions, you can unmute yourself or you can put in the chat box. And asking questions is very important to reverse or revise what we have listened.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavad Pranams. Name is Jayanti. It's very inspiring how you got so many neophyte devotees, Mataji. Where would you say with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we say chanting is the Yuga Dharma, and I see preaching. But for a neophyte, when you start, how do you start, Mataji? If you say, please do 1 round, please do 2 rounds, is it you'll focus on chanting, you'll tell them, or sometimes they may get overwhelmed? This is too much, I cannot do that. Is it? But I really agree with you, because during lockdown I had classes and the reading really reiterates why you're doing, and that's why you end up doing. So how would you approach that? Because I feel sometimes people get overwhelmed. It's like, oh my God, this is a lot for a person starting off. So
Yeah.
how did you approach that?
You see, when I started, I just first was talking to them. Chanting came at a very later stage. I asked them, would you like to do chant with me? And they saw my beads, because in the Zoom, they could see what I wanted to show them. So first it was not Zoom even. Zoom came much later. First it was just, on the Facebook, I could just read the live chat. And then I showed them on the screen my beads. And then I told them, if you want to chant with me, I'll teach you. Then I taught them how to chant. And it was first, I gave them their space. First, I wanted to hear from them. So their heart out, they spoke to me. They gave all their heart to me. And then they said, yes, we want to learn chanting from you. We want to chant with you. And that's how it began. I know after lockdown, it's difficult. At that time, it was very easy. People had a lot of ample of time as well, and they were scared as well. And that did work. But now also, we keep on giving the same energy. We try to give the same thing to them, what we gave, because the answer for all the problems is one solution. Medicine is only one, that's chanting. And chanting is going to purify their hearts. So likewise, when you talk to them, tell them stories. I've got, on the YouTube, nearly 4,000 lectures that happened during the lockdown until now. And I would narrate to them very beautiful stories. Like Prabhupada always told a story. And I started doing the sessions with a story and taking their, views on that, talking to them, discussing with them. So you have to actually give time. The basic thing is Krishna wants your time. So when we talk to them, they feel that's a personal, because you have to be very personal with them. When you become personal, they then they come with you with their heart. So it's very important that first thing is our relationship with them. The relationship means personal. So personal is you become friends. Friend without any motive. It's unconditional love you have to give. So I was just transporting what I was getting from my Guru Maharaj, because I had full faith in his words. He said, do this. I said, okay, I'll do it. I never questioned. I just told you, he said, go to Pakistan. And I don't know, I hope we are not live. But he told me when I was traveling, he said, just be very careful in preaching. You can be shot without notice. You have to be very careful. And I was not scared at all. He knew that. He knew me very well. So I said, fine, Guruaj. So it was only always that I want to do this. I want to just fulfill the desire. Like I was so influenced by what Prabhupada was. Prabhupada wanted to fulfill the desire of his spiritual master. And for him, he went at the age of 69 to America, alone, without money. And I said, oh, when I joined in, I was just 36 at that time. I said, oh, I'm just 36 and still I want that I have excuses. Prabhupada he was 69 and he followed the spiritual master's instruction. So I also should follow my spiritual master's instructions. And that actually kept so this will actually motivate you. If you will just focus on how Prabhupada struggled and how he achieved, you will get the strength and you will be able to get more people with the mercy of Vaishnavas. This happens with the mercy of Vaishnavas. Without their mercy, nothing can happen. It's not me who has done, I know. It's only Guru Maharaj and Vaishnavas. I was seeking mercy from each and every, Vaishnavas. My Prabhuji was thankfully Krishna's mercy that he has been with me all the time. Both of us inviting all the, spiritual masters, like we had Jayapataka Maharaj in our home, we had Bhakti Charu Maharaj in our home, we had Loknath Maharaj coming to our home, Bhakti Marg Swami coming to our home, Radha Govind Maharaj coming to home, meeting Radhanath Maharaj so many times. But I was so fortunate that we could get the access to them and get their blessings. So you see, blessings work, but these blessings have to be earned. You understand? They have to be earned. You have to give in first to get something. You have to actually run after. It's Damodar Mass. We are celebrating, so we all know very well the stories that we have to run after to get the blessings. And these blessings, really, you will get them and see your bhakti will flourish. So I just want to tell you that you have to give in time, be personal, give your energy, talk to if you can't talk to many, be personal to few whom you feel they are very much inclined in bhakti. Talk to them, bring them to the chanting sessions, organize with them, and they will do book distribution also with you then. But you got to give yourself first, 100% to get 100%. I hope.
Mataji. No, beautiful answers, the genuine connection, I think. Without motivation, initially giving time, and it's every point, Mataji. Yeah, we have to earn it and grow the scriptures, everything. Thanks a lot,
Yes,
Mataji.
thank you. So,
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. We also have another question from, actually, two questions from Rasaraj Gopikesha Prabhu. Hare Krishna Mataji, Danu Pranam. During marathon, what all different strategies you and your team take up for distributing book? And another one is, how do you encourage your team to continue that enthusiasm and spirit of distributing books for a whole month?
yes. So the first question is, how do we do with our team? Yeah, that's right. You asked.
Yes.
So, yeah, motivation, as I said, throughout the year, it's not just during the book distribution. I'm connected to them throughout the year. So it's been like 5 years now. So we are going into the 6th year. So I'm close to most of them. Like we have a very close group of like 30, 40, 50 people who are very, very close to me. And they have easy access to me all the time. Others also, we keep on expanding. Guru Maharaj gave us one blessing. He said, keep on expanding this group. And that's his instruction I have got. And we keep on trying. And my group it's motivated because every day at 5, I am with them. I keep a regular check on their sadhana, on their services, on their travels. And my traveling, my access, they all know it my life is an open book. Me and my Prabhuji's life, it's an open book. So first we have to be very open with them. if you really want them to open up with you. That's a fact. You have to give your 100% to take their 100%. So I keep them motivated like that. And we have the marathon when it's approaching. Otherwise also, throughout the year, I have Bhagavatam sessions with them. We have done 6th canto. Recently, we finished the 6th canto of Bhagavatam with my group. We have done the 6th canto we have done, and it's not just running around, just reading and going. Every shloka explained, we have the revision classes. We have lots of things in that. We have Kahoot quiz also for them, and done Bhagavad-gītā sessions also with them, or topic wise. Like first I finished complete Bhagavad-gītā with them, and then I've done topic wise, like anger, like stress management, like relationship management. I gave a session in Jaipur last year in a big auditorium. It was the management sutras from Bhagavad-gītā for the youngsters. So likewise, many topics. So this is how the actually whole year the group is into bhakti, into devotional service. And they have been well trained and blessed by Guru Maharaj again. And they have really got that same motivation coming to them through Guru Maharaj, through me, from Guru Maharaj. So they are getting the same message that they have to be very strong in their sadhana and do book distribution. The same message is there for them. And I'm just conveying the message. So this is how it is that we have to be just, if we don't take the credit, we give the credit to the spiritual master and the Guru Parampara, then we get the empowerment from the Guru Parampara and the spiritual master. But if we start taking it upon ourselves, oh, I am a book distributor, I've done this, then I know I'm finished. Nothing will happen. So my group keeps it's motivated because throughout the year, I'm talking about with them for devotional service, for bhakti, and the Bhagavatam classes. So they remain motivated every day in the morning and every day in the evening. They have a class, they have a session with me. And most of the time, all of them join in. And if some of them they don't join in, they send me a message that this is the problem or something. And then we share the recording with them. But the recording is not open for everybody, only for those who are very sincere, and I know they will listen to it. So this is how it is that I am with them in their lives. So you have to actually be with the devotees. And those who go outside, like these have been trained by me. So now they go out and they do like me. They talk to their family friends. They talk to their friends. They talk to their spouses. Their spouses are also involved. 80% are females with me. But their spouses are also they know me very well. And they also get their targets during the Zoom sessions, during the online preaching. When we go for marathons, we give the spouses also the targets. I haven't left them out. They are with me. So likewise, I tell you, you have to make a big family. Prabhupada, we are all Prabhupada's family. So likewise, when we are preaching to someone, you take them, I tell them, if they go from door to door, even sometimes, some of them, they put up stalls, some of them, they go to shopkeepers. I tell them to keep the data. Take their pen and diary with them. Keep a track of that person and then contact him. Don't lose the contact. Keep on preaching. Keep on talking to them. This is very important. The network is very important. So it's like a network chain. So I keep my group very motivated that in the morning they get instructions of book distribution every day. Not a single day we miss out of 365 days. Every day in the morning, if you see my sessions, they are all there recorded on the YouTube. You can watch them. Today morning session also, it was for 2-hour session we had. And every day we talk about book distribution. Every day we talk about the chanting. We begin with chanting, end with nursing Aarti, but we talk about the whole morning program we have. And not a single day we should miss out of ki hame book distribution, we have to do it. We should always think that we have to do at least one book every day. And when I was preaching once I was giving a lecture in Pakistan, And they told me the book distribution is not very good. In 2007, I'm talking. I went again in 2018. And when I went there in 2007, I did the book. They told me the book distribution is not very great here. And my lecture was in Quetta. Around about 800 people had come from all over Pakistan. The Hindus had come over. And I said on that occasion in the lecture, I said, today, if you take a book from the stall, from the book stall, if you take one book each, you are taking Prabhupada home. You will be blessed. You are taking the Guru home. And you won't believe it. The books were finished. Not a single book was left in the bookshop. They were finished with all the books. And they told me that it was the biggest book distribution they did that day. Because it is like that. If you encourage others, that if you take this book, you're taking a spiritual master, you're taking Guru home, you will get the blessings. You are very fortunate. I have many, many stories of book distribution. When I travel abroad, it's in the evenings, I have lectures. In the mornings, everybody is busy. So in the mornings, I go and do book distribution. I carry books in my hands. I carry Back to Godhead magazines. I've done that in London as well. And I carry the books in my hand, and purposely I carry the book other way around. The picture is on the outer side. So when you're carrying it like this, if you're traveling the train or if you're walking on the road, and if you start talking to someone, they notice it. And when they just notice it, that's the time you start talking to them. Then I tell them, would you like to have this book? This is about yoga. This is about this. And then you can put them into, you can frame them there. Once I was doing this in Canada. I was in Toronto. There was the Rath Yatra. And I was in the Rath Yatra, and I said I would do some book distribution. So I took the books in my hand and I went into a shop there while the Rath was passing. I went into a shop. That shop was of a Pakistani. He was a Muslim man. I went inside and I placed the books on the counter and looking up. That was a Back to Godhead magazine. And that Back to Godhead magazine actually was the one in which my article was the cover article with Guru Nanak Dev Ji's picture. And there was the Vaishnav teachings in Sikhism. Vaishnavism and Sikhism was the heading. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji's picture with Radha Krishna picture. It's the year 2000. I think so the 8 or 9 issue it was. So I just placed it there. And then this person, he looked into it. He was a Punjabi from Pakistan. He was a Muslim. He looked into it and he recognized Prabhupada in the golden circle. He said, oh, I saw this man on the chariot that was going out on the road. I said, yeah, this is Srila Prabhupada. Then I told him briefly the story of Prabhupada. And he was so impressed. And then he said, I said, I'm a Sikh. And I started speaking in Punjabi with him. And he said, yes, I'm from Lahore, he said. And we went into a conversation. He took the Back to Godhead magazine and he said, how much is it? I said, there is no worth for it. It's a donation going to the temple. Whatever you want to give, you can give. He gave me a $5 note and he said, please take this to your temple. And I gave him a picture of Radha Shyam Sundar. I said, you can put it in your store and see how fortunate you will be. So you see, I just made a contact with him. Likewise, I've done this way many times in Australia and Canada. This is how you make relationships. You go out, I was giving once a lecture on YouTube, and there was a Muslim person who sent a comment there. He said, we are blessed to hear you. He was some Muhammad something. And the comments is still there on the YouTube. There were boys from Pakistan, they approached me while I was live on Facebook. They said they wanted me to speak about Krishna. And they made the flyer, they invited me, and that is still there on the Facebook as well. I gave a narration of Krishna killing demons. And there were comments coming from Lahore and from Pakistan, many cities of Pakistan, where the Muslims were writing to me, this is the first time we have heard like Krishna has been portrayed like this, killing our demons inside. He killed the demons. That is like killing our demons. So you see, if we connect in the right way, the message goes. And then we actually are able to preach nicely. So if you really want to be do bhakti, do your sadhana strong, and this sadhana strong will help you to do book distribution strongly. Likewise, I said there are many ways to do it. So I hope I have answered. I don't know. It's been a very long answer. I've answered both the questions, I believe.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji, for answer. We have two more questions, if that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay with me.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we have one from Pari. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for this talk. It is so inspiring to listen to you. I wanted to ask something, if personal, if that's okay. After His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj left the body, how do you still keep the inspiration going? And would you say your personal darshans talks with him help you keep going?
Yeah, that's the most tough part, And before leaving also in April, 5th May he left, and whole of April we were so fortunate, me and my Prabhuji. We were with him for maximum time of all our lifetime. Maximum time we were, because that was the opening of Rohini temple. He had come to stay in Rohini. I had moved from my home also. I was also staying there and meeting him every day for so many hours, going back forth in his room, talking to him, giving him information, taking people to see him, devotees coming up. It was very, very the most beautiful time, And then 28th of April, 20th of April, he came back to the big temple, Shri Radha Parthasarthi. So it's everything on dates with me, We came, I was there, and on 28th, he was giving the Bhagavatam class in the morning, and the 1 o'clock Sunday feast lecture I was giving. And I met Guru Maharaj. There were some of my group members there. They went to see Guru Maharaj. But Guru Maharaj knew that he would be leaving. He insisted on putting up a mic and talking to my group to give the personal instructions, the final instructions he gave. And he said, Vapu and Vani, he talked about. He said, the Guru lives in the Vani. Keep on listening the lectures. Keep yourself motivated. Keep on coming on the program, the Zoom sessions. Do not miss them. Be there with her. You will all be blessed. And you won't believe it. When the main part of this book distribution, it's so nice that you asked me. I would have missed out this. When the book distribution this year was happening, we were stuck at 700 and there was only 1 week left. And we had done 700. And throughout this book distribution, I was seeking blessings from each and every sannyasi I was meeting, each and every senior disciple, senior devotee I was meeting. I was telling them, please bless us. This year, we want to please Guru Maharaj. This year, I want to do 1,000. From my heart, I want to do it. I was in US preaching in May. I went to Florida, Sadhu Sangha. I met all the sannyasis there. I met Bibi Govind Maharaj, I met Indradaman Maharaj, I met Shivram Maharaj, I met Radhanath Maharaj. The one thing, and Vesisika Prabhu, his wife, I told them, please pray that I achieve my target with my group. I want to please my Guru Maharaj. And I asked them to pray. Even Nirkulapati Mataji, the Vesisika Prabhu's wife, she folded her hands, she made a prayer and she said that prayer. So many, and when we were stuck at 700, I was thinking, oh my God, what will everybody think? We could not achieve, we could not do, like we wanted to do 1,000 and last year we did 800. This year we are less than that even. So I really prayed very hard to Guru Maharaj. And I did many Zoom sessions, meetings with my group. And then I asked them, what should we do? They had the targets, 100 Bhagavatam sets, 200 Bhagavatam sets. There's Mataji, she had a target of 150 Bhagavatam sets. Other had given 100 Bhagavatam sets. Like some had taken 50. Many were with 50-50 also. So I said, where are you? What is happening? Why are you not able to achieve your targets? They said, we call up people and now people know that why we are calling them up. They don't pick up our calls. They know that we are asking for them to do book distribution with us, to give us more data, talk to your friends, family, we are telling them. So they're not picking up our calls. I said, let's do one thing. You just write your targets and place it on the altar. The first day also I gave them this instruction that you should write your targets and put them on your altar and pray to the Supreme Lord, pray to Guru Maharaj every day. Now I said you have to do it more forcefully. Put on your targets, put at the altar and talk to Guru Maharaj. Ask his blessings, seek Prabhupada's blessings. Tell him, please help us. We want to fulfill the desire of our spiritual master. Ask Prabhupada and ask Guru Maharaj. And you won't believe it. Every one of, because they were so serious, they really wanted to do this. And they did it. When they did this, the next thing they were telling me, in one day we did 150 Bhagavatam sets. One day we did 150 Bhagavatam sets. And they told me personally that after doing these prayers, what happened was when they recalled those persons, they started calling them back, the same numbers they had. They called up. And those persons say, we were waiting for you. Please give us the link. We wanted to do the Bhagavatam with you. Please send us the link. And they would immediately pay the money to the temple and the Bhagavatam would be done. And to receive the Bhagavatam, they would send their addresses. So likewise, this happened, this miracle happened. So this is how the blessings do come. Like Guru Maharaj, we think he's not physically present with us, but he is very much here. He is very much here. The miracles are still happening. And that's what it happened here. Yes, this is how the Bhagavatam sets really became a success because the blessings of the Vaishnavas. I asked so many Vaishnavas to pray. I asked Guru Maharaj himself, I asked Srila Prabhupada to bless us. So you see, the prayers work. Prayers are the most powerful tool. But with prayers, Guru Maharaj always used to say, your efforts have to be put in. So hard work has to go in. Day and night. The first time when I did the marathon, I remember my Prabhuji had corona. I started the marathon. He was hit by COVID. And he was quarantined. My children had to leave home immediately. I shifted them all. I said, you all leave home. And because at that time, nobody knew how to treat it. It was the first wave and very deadly one. And then we quarantined him. I was alone at home. And in the night, I would be doing the Bhagavatam marathon. I would keep a track of manually I was keeping track. And I was talking to people, convincing them and doing Bhagavatam. And he was in that room, lying all alone. And then Guru Maharaj was talking to me on the phone. And then the doctor said that at one point it came out that it was very serious with him, with my Prabhuji. And I asked him that, should I take him to hospital? I can wear that corona kit, on me and I can drive him down. So the same doctor, our god brother, who was treating Guru Maharaj, Dwarkadish Prabhu, he said, no. You will not go nowhere in the room. And let's try with that medicine. They gave him 2000 mg of antibiotic. And that was 2000 mg in one go he had to eat. And then he spoke to Guru Maharaj before eating that. And then I knew he will be fine because Guru Maharaj spoke to him personally. And he became okay with it. He was better. So you see, the faith works. The prayers are the faith. So when we are very faithful to our following the instructions, Krishna reciprocates. He strengthens our faith. So faith in the spiritual master actually works, provided you are fully surrendered. So one should try to be fully surrendered by praying to Krishna so that Yasya Prasadat Bhagavad Prasado. So that happens. Haribol. I know I can go on for long more. I can keep on speaking, but I don't want that you all be held up with me. Yes.
Sure. Thank you so much, Mataji. Yeah, we can hear you all day, but
No,
there's a short question. I think it's already been answered before, but I'll just mention it. How long will you get to know a neophyte devotee before you slowly start to introduce them to chanting and books?
That you can know by talking to them that how interested they are. If you feel they are getting convinced, you can start chanting with them. If you think, still they need more time, give them more time, more space. Start with just one round with them. But slowly and slowly you can, if you feel that they have opened up, you can increase it. It depends upon how you actually you see them, how you spend the time with them. Then you can realize, if you are a nice devotee yourself, if you are a very strong devotee yourself, you will understand. By just speaking to a person, you can understand how much you can actually stretch it, till where you can stretch it. That all you will get. These all, they come to you, these things, when your heart is getting purified. So more you chant nicely, more your heart gets purified. Cheto darpanam marjanam. It happens. It's the truth. It does happen. These all the things what I've said, these are all my experiences. The Bhagavad-gītā is actually experiential knowledge, and I have seen it. You will experience it. You just flow with it and you experience everything that happens in your life. Hari Bol. The answer, the short question, the answer should be short.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mataji, for your answers and for your wisdom. That was very inspiring. I myself also comes from a Sikh background, and when you were talking about how your family freaked out wearing a tilak, it happened same with me when I went to my family with a head shaved, and because they all are Sikhs and they freaked out, but yeah,
You should tell them.
slowly.
You should tell them there's the beautiful line in the Granth Sahib. Jin liyo bekh bairag tis nar mathe paag. Gurudev Ji, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji says, Nama Mahalla Shloka Nama Mahalla. He says, those who have taken to the Bekh Bairag. So the Bekh, the sannyasis wear a Bekh, the brahmachari, you become a brahmachari. So Jin liyo bekh bairag tis nar mathe paag. So that is a very fortunate soul. You should tell them that they are very fortunate, those who have taken to this.
Yeah, I keep on telling them your lines from your books, and yeah, it makes sense for them, and they're starting accepting now. So thank you so much, and we're very inspired by your talk and all your inspiring realization from all your life, and we really hope to have you here in London for any time whenever you would like to visit Radha Londoneshwara. And
Yeah, I've given many times lectures there, Bhagavatam classes, I know, there in Soho Street. I have been there. Surely, I plan to, let's see, next year I plan to come if it fructifies. Surely I'll be there.
Perfect. We'd love to have you. Our ISKCON London is growing more on Sankirtan. We are becoming the topmost temple in book distribution in Europe.
Wow.
And so we'd love to have a book distributor like you visiting us and getting more inspiration from you.
Sure.
Thank you so much for joining us. And I request all the devotees to, all whatever we have listened, we can actually make into work in this Prabhupada Marathon, which is just a few weeks away.
All the best to you, all of you. Hopefully,
Yeah.
as you're growing up, being the number one in Europe, wonderful it is. So you may do all the more better than last year.
Yeah, it's all one team. We work as one team, and all the devotees, we want to work together. Not just the brahmacharis, not just one single, but whole community, whole congregation. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu, for inviting me. Thank you so much. I really am grateful that I could actually share my experiences with you all, so that you all be motivated and become the best book distributors. Very well.
Thank you so much. Jai Hare Krishna.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vanchakalpataru bhaksha kripa sindhubhye vacha patitanam bhavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo namo namah. Vaishnav Thakur ki jai, Anantakoti Vaishnav ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, book distribution ki jai. Hari
Bol.
Hari Bol.
Thank you so much.
Hari Bol.
Thank you so much, all the devotees, and we'll see you next Sunday with Amog Leela Prabhu. You're a very special guest. It's very rare to have, so.
Well, sure, be with them. You enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.